system. When somebody is spinning out, what roots can you grow so that you are able to weather any storm? Well, one of the roots has got to be self care. You can't abandon or neglect yourself when you're dealing with an addict and alcoholic. And now I know you've heard this a million ways. You've got to fill up your love cup, honey, before you fill up somebody else's love cup. You've got to put the mask on yourself first before you put I could give it to you a million ways. But what I'm saying is it's harder. That's just like no shit, right? Why is that so hard for us to put the mask on ourselves? Because when we're in the state that we're in, when we're dealing or living with an addict or an alcoholic, it is chaos, it is anxiety, it is mayhem. And you're not in a mental state to be like, oh, let me put my mask on. It's hard for you to do that, is what I'm saying. So it has to be the only way to overcome that is not to make it emergent, like put the life mask on you first, but to make it consistent, make it a practice that you have every day that's non-negotiable no matter what's going on. Now, I do this in my own life, and it's difficult. Trust me, dealing with depression, dealing with anxiety, dealing with life, it's difficult to commit to a system of self-care. But I want you to start to think about doing that because if you don't, this illness will eventually end up taking you out, mentally and physically, because all of your energy and all of, you're just exhausted. So, what I'm going to encourage you to do is start to think about if self care was a priority and you had permission and it wasn't just a nice thing to do, it was a requirement for you to take care of yourself when you're dealing with an addict and alcoholic. How would you switch up your routine? Well, Heidi, I can't possibly leave them. I can't leave in an hour to go to the gym. I can't go and be with my friends and get out socially. I can't do that because I'm worried what's going to happen to them and I have to babysit them. And here's what I want to tell you with love from the depths of my heart to you. That's not working. You sacrificing your life and being home and on guard and watching every single move, if that worked, we wouldn't be here. Okay, so you're not the warden. You're not the police officer. You're not the sober house. You're not the sober coach. If you if we work together, I'll teach you how to delegate that responsibility so that you just get to be you again. You just get to be wife, you just get to be mom, you just get to be whoever you are in this relationship dynamic, partner, whoever. You just get to be you. And you're losing yourself in this because all of your attention and all of your focus and all of your energy is going into them. So it's just a simple message today. It's a simple talk about reminding you that you have permission to be able to take care of yourself and not just the bare minimum. Let's go a step above that. What about that family that went on the cruise? How I started this story today. What about them? Is that a bit drastic? Is that a bit much? Like, could you book a vacation? Could you go somewhere? Could you join a program and carve out your Wednesday nights or your Tuesdays just for you? Could you do that? Is that okay for you to do? When you start to question, am I allowed to be happy when they're suffering? That is the very definition of codependency. Of course, you're allowed to be okay when they're suffering. You can have compassion for them that they're suffering, but you don't have to suffer with them.